upstairs into boxes, cleaned out the bathroom, got everything empty for them. And then the first day, they showed up and really sealed everything off. When I tell you, my kitchen area, the entire space that is being worked on right now, is airtight. They have plastic covering each doorway. They have blue masking tape covering each. It's a very old home, so they have every little nook and cranny covered. So the dust was as less invasive as humanly possible. They've been really great. We also fenced off an area in the backyard, which is their work area, which is great because especially with the kids, they can still play in the backyard because we know that they're safe because they're not in the workspace. Well, we knew starting this project that it was going to be opening up a can of worms when we went into it. It's a very old home, and the previous owners, although they sort of upkept things, I think we knew just from past experiences, shall we say, the things that maybe had been fixed in the past weren't fixed exactly the way that you or I might want to fix them. So, I guess the house was true to what we were anticipating. They got in there, they started demoing. It was amazing to see how quickly they could really and truly get everything out of there. It was pretty remarkable. When they started getting into the nitty-gritty, we definitely found a lot of plumbing situations, from leaky pipes we didn't know existed to corroded things that had to be replaced, to just incredibly old things that just were really in need of an upgrade. In addition to some all old knob and tube wiring that we didn't know existed. We were actually told that it didn't exist, so that was definitely a big shock to all of us. But I have to say, the way that everything has been handled thus far, however stressful it's been for my husband and I, it's definitely been handled seamlessly.
At this point, you've gone through design, pre-construction, you're going through construction. Has it met or exceeded the expectation? And please tell, in your own words, what the real deal is here. Because sometimes people hear these stories, but they don't believe these stories.
Sure. I would hands down say that it exceeded my expectations in every level. I'm not going to lie. I mean, not having a kitchen for 3 months is not fun. To me, probably there are two things that I have missed more than I ever thought I would ever miss them. That is a real sink to wash dishes. We've been literally washing our dishes in our tiny second floor bathroom sink, and that's not fun. We are overusing paper products and having a guilt factor about, throwing every paper product, every plastic. We've got water bottles. That, and potentially even worse was not having a washer and dryer for about 2 months. Laundromats are not so fun, especially with a 4-year-old and a 7-year-old in tow. So, that element of it is difficult, but I feel like, especially when you see these guys working so tirelessly, and you really do see, it's almost like your baby that you created, you planned it, you know what you want. When you see it starting to come into place, it's so exciting, and you know that in the long run it's going to be worth it. Who cares if you have a couple of months of things a little bit more challenging. I think we're lucky that it's the summer. We do a lot of grilling, we eat out a lot, and we've been fortunate enough to have a lot of great friends who have invited us over. We spent a lot of time at friends' houses and out, but it's worth it. The kids actually love it. They don't seem to bother us in the morning. We're relatively early risers, so all things considered, I would say in the end, it'll be a little tiny blip on the radar screen, not having those specific amenities that you're used to, when we know you guys are all able to see Trish the Dish, Rusty, all of our old friends who are thank goodness, are no longer with us. But that being said, after we've lived through that, this for us truly hasn't been nearly as horrible as I've heard other people describe it as being. And again, the end result is so worth it.
So if you were to recommend Gerry or recommend the process, or if someone was considering doing this process, what would you tell them?
I would say hire the right contractor for you. We definitely did for us. We did our research. I'm the queen of getting people in and meeting people, getting quotes, talking people through, feel people out about who's going to be the right match for you. And I really feel like if you feel like you've got the right match for you, you're going to be able to work with that person. If you trust that person, for me, I have to say, trusting Gerry then meant I knew his team was going to be trustworthy. And every single person who has come in here has been just a superstar.